What's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Bullet Souls. I'm your host, PewDiePie. I'm your host, Jim from GameBound, and we're here to go for that 1cc yet again, because I am a sick man, and if it doesn't work the first time, keep trying. If it doesn't work the 100th time, just keep trying. And if it doesn't work the 500th time, just keep trying. And go completely insane. But no, I'm not feeling the burn quite yet. You know, luckily this isn't like an hour-long game like Reflex was, or even, one of those games where I felt like, I could handle most of the game, and then at the end the boss would just bend me over and fist me up into its elbow, that sort of thing. For the most part, I feel pretty good about this game, and in fact, this run does pretty damn good. I'm not going to spoil it. We'll get there when we get there. But I can't say it went completely according to plan, because there was some mess-ups, and maybe some crucial mess-ups, some real critical things that really affected the long term. And I think that's kind of, isn't that how things work, where you plan on doing something that needs, quality attention the whole way. You don't really give it quality attention the whole way, and something somewhere along the lines, it shows. That's kind of how this run is, where maybe in an alternate reality, we fucking just 1cc'd this motherfucker, right after doing some of the worst runs we've done in recent memory. This, and that's kind of how it's weird. That's how that's how we've been fucking doing it. Is, Witchbot was like that, where it felt like the more we played it, the worse we got. But then again, then all of a sudden, bam, 1cc done. That's sort of just very peculiar when you have everything sort of figured out but just not pieced together. You get that lucky run where, things are placed together, I suppose. But one error that seems to reverberate the most in this run is going to be this bomb misplacement here in this boss. Nothing particularly hard. However, this bomb is bouncing up in the top, and I kept note of it, but I thought I have to. This is me rewatching, and I'm watching this bomb carefully. That's okay. I didn't know what happened, but I noticed my stock gone. I used my bomb fraction of a second before I pick it up. Holy shit! So effectively, although wow, what a. See, I thought I made an enormous mistake of a complete miscalculation. However, looking back at it now, that was just a fraction of a second, where I picked up the bomb while we were at max stock, so effectively it doesn't register. Then I immediately used the bomb afterwards, using the bomb when I had no business to. I was just essentially just using a free bomb, and effectively screwing ourselves out of one more hit. And it's this missing bomb that we miss this entire match, or this entire run rather, where it's kind of like, now that we're down a hit, effectively, because of just that minor misplay, holy fuck, that was not... See, I really had doubted myself this whole match. I was like, this whole run, I was like, fuck, I really fucked that up. I don't know how I missed that bomb. Did I just throw a bomb and that bomb flew off the screen? I don't know what happened. So I was like, fuck, now I gotta now these next couple bosses I gotta take down without using a bomb. I need to make up that bomb, and protect this first life a bit more carefully than I did that first level. So that's in the back of my head now as we place this second level, where I'm like, I'm not using a bomb. That's how it has to work, it's almost like I have to punish myself for misplaying the last level. Now I have to play this one really good. And that's kind of what we aim for. We kind of want to go back up to perfect bomb stock, because essentially what happens is that when we get that free man, I think next level or the level next, it's not. It's kind of, our bombs aren't going to refresh. So if we get a free man on a zero stock on bombs, or we're sitting there kind of like just on the cusp of complete annihilation, that extra man is going to be a lot a lot less worth it. It's going to be pretty worthless if we get another free man and we're sitting on zero bombs and we just get hit right after it. That's just another, our life is gone. It's just like as if we just got another bomb. It's just like it's worthless, virtually worthless. Of course, not worthless, but virtually. So if you've seen previous Let's Plays, or not previous Let's Plays, previous runs of this so far, you've probably come into the assumption that a lot of this stuff isn't too wild and crazy right now. These first two levels are pretty well handled. So here we are. We got that bomb from this boss. So what we're looking at is beating this boss with no bomb, just so we can enter this next level as if, as if we just started the game. That's kind of where we're at. So when we do get that full life, or that free life for toppling over the points there, it's going to be a lot more healthier, more protected, that sort of thing. And all goes according to plan so far. This boss doesn't give us a lot of trouble. However, it is a boss you have to be pretty alert with. He's going to give you a lot of the same sort of constant sort of aimed blue shots, pink sort of patterns. So you don't want to get lazy and find yourself in a corner, because those blue shots are going to be there and they're going to hurt. And just a silly oh no, I didn't make a silly misplay there. Looks like he canceled out right at as if I was just about going to walk myself into a pink bullet there. But there that is. And right here at the end, as the boss is just fucking dying, that's pretty sad, because we're not going to find another bomb until we reach the beginning of the next boss. That's kind of how that works. And we really do want to make the most of this free man that's going to come up. And also, we gotta keep. I made a mental note of that little that purple fucker. That's coming up rather early in this stage. He's had my name these last few runs, so we have. I certainly went into it with like, all right, here's a couple things we gotta tackle. We gotta take care of that purple fucker. And see what we can do about just not using bombs, not taking damage until we can kind of correct our ways. Until the final boss, we can pick up that bomb and get things back to where purple fucker enters. I see that attack. I know it's coming, and still, motherfucker, that piece of shit. Fuck him. He cannot die painfully enough. So, the butterfly effect of fucking up that bomb from the first level continues. No matter what we can do on this level, we cannot reverse the effects of fucking up that little bomb misplacement there. The best we can do now is go into the boss with one bomb down. The very best. Wide shot all these little bastards down. Enters the big egg. and we're going to ignore it. You know, we've tried to gun it down as best as we can in pass runs. It just fuck it at this point. You know, I don't even care. Especially where the free life in this stage has been constant enough where we won't necessarily need the points, to my knowledge. But who knows? It's one of those things where, you know, it just takes so much fucking energy to kill that thing. It's just not worth it. Bug mini boss. The queen bee lizard thing, as it were. And a misplay there. Holy shit. So, you know, it's not looking like it's starting off very well at all. She goes down, but not without, you know, scoring a point against us, which normally doesn't happen. Usually it goes by a lot easier than that, but this run she gets a lucky sucker punch in, and that's that. So the absolute worst thing has happened for this run. We know we're getting our 1-up rather soon, and it's going to be the weakest 1-up we could possibly manage, unless we can preserve it to the boss with a bomb or something. Make quick order of that guy. Usually, sometimes he finds a way off the stage, but not this time. And usually I use a spread shot there, but where these guys take a little bit more damage than normal enemies, I'm going for the homing, and we're just trying to take them off the screen as quick as possible, and hopefully we can get a position on them early. Meat shield goes down pretty good. And then just centering that homing laser and trying to concentrate fire down the middle and do as much damage and kill as many things as I can as quick as possible. Oh no. And that's just unforgivable. We have lost our first life, and yeah, and that sucks hard. I mean, granted, when the free man pops up, it's effectively going to bring us back up to default stock, kind of bring us back to if we started the game again, I suppose. But, you know, if we're really talking about standing and facing the final boss, we need that extra life. Yeah, especially with the silly mistakes we're making. That's going to be real important to keep. And there's the free hit life right there. So effectively, with 3 bombs, we got 3 guys. The 2 bombs in like the sort of 0 lives sort of counter as well. Boss down to maybe 45% left, 45% health. Making some good plays through the purple here. You know, overall, the boss... Ooh, I was going to say overall we're doing really good with this boss, but somewhere we got tripped up. I don't know if there was a... We walked on a bullet just as it was spawning by him, but usually when he starts shooting those big purple sort of waves, you know, it's kind of indicative to start running up the walls and around him. And just as, and that pattern that we really got punished with in past runs was right there, just a fraction of a second before we took him down. So certainly when he gets really low into that pattern, you do want to kind of put him away as quick as you can. But we did okay, not perfect, not as good as I would hope, but it is effective. Effectively, we're at default stock with one bomb missing, so it's not the end of the world particularly, but it's we want to be a bit healthier than this. We want to be sitting on higher than default, especially when we know some of the enemies in this level are just giant bastards. These green ships and these purple ships, these guys that just kind of stick around, take a beating, and just fill up the screen full of garbage. Oh, losing another bomb there. Early on in this fight, on a mini boss that we otherwise shouldn't have. I'm not. Sometimes it's just you're watching one pattern come at your way, and there's another pattern coming. You don't really see it. It's sort of selective attention, but we just tear both sides out of them, and then this fun little pattern. I mean, it's a lot more threatening looking than it is actually threatening. However, it's some of these waves of these chunky enemies, particularly one with these giant green bastards, that really put you on your heels and get you moving into compromising positions on the stage. Here I have my fire split. We're just moving now. Like, fuck it, I guess we're going up here. Luckily we do take down everything. Got a special bonus for probably taking down that battleship, but lost another bomb there. And there's our life, so flush that life down the toilet. And this is where I really start to feel like this run is headed for the dumpster. We deal pretty well with this mini boss, who is otherwise a giant asshole. And some decent play that makes me feel good. So maybe and maybe some ways that saved us a hit from otherwise losing it from previous runs. So we played a little bit better there, played a little bit worse in other places, that sort of thing. So it does make me feel like we just got to piece this shit together. We got to piece not falling in the corners. We need to piece that purple bastard earlier in this level, that sort of thing. Early in the last level, and playing good during those turrets as well. Got to piece it all together one run, and I think that's going to be the key to once he's seeing this motherfucker is putting all those pieces together. Some really good pressure there, but isn't that the shitter? We're sitting on full bomb stock. We can't necessarily use that bomb when we wanted to, but here we are at a road of death, as I like to call those things. And that particular one has always kind of fucked with me, so I had really, I think, no problem bombing it, especially when we're sitting at full bomb stock there, bombing it just to get through it. It was a free bomb, so yeah, I'll just drop a giant bomb and just finish that pattern as quick as possible because it's been claiming claiming a bomb anyway. You know, it's been claiming a life. So in future runs, I hope I have full bomb stock and that bomb floating around as well, because I would very much like not dealing with that fucking move. But yeah, we lost another bomb playing, getting it. You know, that's what happens when you fall into the corner. You're not. It effectively, you know, it takes away so many different angles from you hiding in the corner. But what I noticed about this boss is that he has some tricky attacks early on, and then later on he just falls apart. So it's kind of it's bizarre, you know. I mean, I think this is kind of the part I'm talking about where he has, you know, before he had all these parts, and then now here he is, bam, 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 nothing sticking. Very peculiar, but then again, I'm not going to argue too much. Pretty silly, pretty silly. You want to skip around him and avoid those green diamonds there, but it looks like we tripped over something. But given all that, you know, we did make some silly plays, but given all that, this is actually the healthiest we've been coming to this level, at least to my earliest recollection. You know, we have 2 men, and the second man actually has a bomb. So I'm like, shit. You know, maybe things haven't been so bad, or rather, they're still not very good. But I've corrected some of the mistakes. At least that's what my assumption is. We're going to face these mini bosses here, which are sort of these ninja stars that like to spam out everything. And these the silver and green guys you see spinning around, they are kind of the annoyance enemies of this level. You want to take them down as quick as possible. Looks like we got hit there, walked into something. You want to take them because they are going to spin around, shoot shit, and then leave. So they can really clutter up the levels. So as much as you'd like to go on, a wide and clear it out, I don't think wide's going to be quite enough to take them out. So you do kind of want to switch to a concentration shot and just remove them as quick as you can. Facing another version of the mini boss here. A lot of bastards just firing down. And there they are right there again. Take them down. Get out of here, you fuck. And yeah, this level's enjoying spamming that guy. You can see how many bullets they just leave. And that's pretty awesome. We got to save this this life just for another hit. We're at a mini boss here. Easy pattern, especially if you're kind of sitting in the middle of the stage there, just avoiding little things here and there. And we're closely approaching the final area of the game, which is pretty awesome. You know, we have yet to get this far. A lot of nonsense there, and I could have got it there. I could have, you know, it's just that final opening there. We could have got there and saved that hit. But, you know, I guess that's what happens when you don't get to these levels well enough. You don't get to practice the little tricks. So, you know, I'm not completely hurt. Yeah, dump that fucker. Peace, brother. And that's kind of what happens. We're going to make mistakes if we don't see the shit before. And now we're down to our final life. And that's a stupid fucking move right there. Just a frustration bomb. There's no explanation for that. That shouldn't be happening, especially this stage of the game. Essentially flushing another hit down the toilet as if we got hit twice in a row. Yeah, foolish and stupid. So we are sitting right now effectively on 2 hits. But, you know, later on, you know, we're making some good moves though. You know, some patterns I'm used to here. Another mini boss bites it. There is not much left in this game now. These little pink triangle assholes here, you can take out rather easy. And that's what. And this is the classic bullet soul asshole move. Big nasty HP sponges with little bastards. But we are doing our best. They finally get us there. We're just doing our best to try to survive. But they do finally get us. And here we are. We are at the final boss with 2 hits. We're on our final life. 2 auto bombs there. Silly move there. Silly move. I didn't feel comfortable about going through those 2 blue bullets, so I thought I could evade the pair of them at the last second and just walk right into it. So, and then just kind of getting grazed a little bit by that last bit. Pretty silly. Not the time to be making stupid mistakes. And there it is, just like back-to-back triple mistakes there. Pretty silly. But given the fact that, you know, we're finally on the last boss, the first time on the last boss, I can't be too upset. You know, but hey, we finally made it to the last boss. You know, so positive feelings for the future, I suppose. All right, guys, that's going to be it for now. Until next time, thanks a lot.